Carolyn Boyd, creator of Diabetes U-Turn. And in the videos that you are about to see, we're going to talk about the major shift in perspective that is absolutely necessary for you to make prior to embarking on this journey of transformation. We're also going to talk about the three major mistakes that people generally make that leads them further along the disease progression. The first thing that we need to realize is that the more we live like society and follow society's ways, and that includes eating transformed and processed foods and becoming more sedentary like everyone else, and following society blindly, the more we lead ourselves further towards the disease progression and become sick like everybody else. Diabetes has become an epidemic. However, it's important to know that it is completely reversible and it's actually a lifestyle disease. So by changing your lifestyle, you can address your symptoms and actually make it disappear from your life. So in my program, Diabetes U-Turn, I want to teach you how to go about this and the practices that are imperative for you to take in order to begin your journey of transformation. So now let's talk about the three major mistakes that people make, which makes them take the wrong path towards the disease progression. The first thing I would say is lack of alignment. People aren't connected enough with their inner selves and therefore are not connected or in touch with their inner truth. When you're not in touch with your inner truth, you don't have access to your intuition. And your intuition is actually your inner guidance. So when you don't have inner guidance, you end up following everyone blindly, and that's where everyone gets sick. So it's important to be aligned so that you can be very authentic and follow your intuition and find wellness. The second thing I would say, which is a major mistake, is not being properly educated with regards to or anything concerning nutrition. There's a lack of consensus out there on the internet with regards to nutrition, and there's a lot of conflicting information as well. There's also a lot of myths, and unfortunately, we tend to accept them without understanding why, and we actually live by them without understanding why. So this is where this discernment becomes important. It's important to be able to discern what's correct information and what's wrong information and to understand why. So what this does is it empowers you in a way because you become independent and able to make your own choices with regards to what's right and what's not right. And this leads you towards wellness as well. The next thing that people make, as I mentioned, our society is becoming more and more sedentary as a whole, and people are generally lazy. So unfortunately, we don't give exercise a chance. Exercise is magic. Life is movement. And but how are we supposed to know what the benefits are if we don't even give it a chance? I have clients who did not have exercise as part of their lives. And after working with them for several years, they implemented exercise into their lifestyles, and they are now convinced that exercise is a magic pill, and it has definitely contributed to improvements with their diabetes. So we need to make sure that we're not lazy, that we understand that we need to give it a chance. And another thing that's very important is experience. You need to experience it yourself. I can't just tell you to go and exercise. I'm sure you've been told a million times by your doctor to go and exercise. But it's not about just being told what to do. We need to actually go and do it and implement it into our lifestyles. Now, I've created a technique which I called Global Health Impact. The reason why I call it so is because it will impact your health on a global scale, in the sense that it includes your entire lifestyle and practices which may include any practice that contributes to a better lifestyle. Here I have my READY model. The reason why I call it my READY model is because Diabetes U-Turn is divided in 3 sections. The first section is mindset, the second section is nutrition, and the third section is exercise. So this is the start of the READY model, because the 3 sections are called Ready, Set, Go. So this is the start of the mindset section. Now, to break free from that first mistake, not being enough aligned, we need to make sure that we have an open mind. And especially before starting a journey of transformation. And what this does is ultimately it reduces your chance of self-sabotage. So that's why I find it's very important that we do this before embarking on such a journey of transformation. So here in this first circle, I'm going to put alignment, since that's the first step. And this is what I call the self-love phase. So the things that you're going to be doing or learning about in this phase are related to acceptance, self-acceptance, dealing with your inner critic, approval, stepping into yourself. So that's why it's very important to be in that type of space prior to embarking on such a journey. The second step to the READY model, I call it attract. And basically attract has to do with being very clear with your goals and visualizing what you want, making sure that you manifest what you want, creating flow for what you want. So it has to do with preparing your environment and making sure that your environment will set you up for success, removing any temptations and such. So for this one, I call it self-motivation. Now, for the third part, I call it assistance. Assistance has to do with obtaining help from your relationships and your community for support when you need it. You want to make sure that you propel yourself towards your goal. So you need to make sure that you capitalize on your support system. And your support system is your friends and your family. And you need to share with them your objectives so that they can hold you accountable to your goal, and also help you when you have moments of weakness. So for this one, I find that you need to do self-healing to get this. So what we get here is the READY model, but we still need some sections to fill in. Here, when we are aligned and we've attracted the goal that we want and we're in a state of flow, this is where we become a master of ourselves. Oops. So I'm going to put master here. Right here, once we attract the things that we want and we have the assistance, this is where we become majestic, because this is where you have the full capability of reaching your goal. So I'm going to put majestic here. And this one, which is also important, has to do when you have assistance and you're aligned, you live by example for the people in your life. So this is what I call magnificent. You're able to be an example for people, and you know very clearly where you want to go. So what do we get when we get all this? Well, we get a step closer to wellness. Of course, this is only the first third of the journey. After that, you get to learn about your nutrition, make sure that you understand the concepts, and then apply them. And then once you see your progress and your success and you get the ball rolling, that's when you get very motivated to get to include exercise into your lifestyle. So I hope you can join me for Diabetes U-Turn. Thank you.